coming in from Aftab, conceding 5 of the second over. Very good start in bowling department for Afghanistan. 6-1 wicket Zimbabwe.
آیا تا حال امید سرعت تیزتر اینترنت را کرده اید تا سریعتر و بهتر کار کنید؟ کمی سرعت بیشتر می‌تواند تمام بازی را تغییر بدهد. زندگی سریعتر، زندگی بهتر. افغان بیسیم 4G LTE.
ما افتخار میکنیم که افغان هستیم. افغانستان را دوست داریم.
ویتامین سی برای اولین بار از نوشابه‌های ژاپنی در افغانستان.
For Zimbabwe in the first T20, that's broken. The back of the hand, Googly coming into act. Meyer didn't read it off the hand and paid the prize.
Yeah, inflow continuing to celebrate. Solomon Meyer, the danger man, goes for 2, and it's 6 for 1.
شبخانه جلدی و زیبایی روز با داشتن دکتران متخصص و تکنولوژی معاصر تمامی خدمات جلدی و زیبایی را ارزان می‌دارد. تداوی داغ‌های جوانی دانه و لکه‌های صورت با روش‌های نوین دنیا، لیزر درمانی معیاری برای برداشتن خال‌ها، سرخی و موهای اضافی صورت، تداوی تخصصی ریزش مو با روش‌های معیاری PRP و میزوتراپی، کشت مو بدون جراحی 100% طبیعی و قابل رشد، جراحی زیبایی بینی، پلک‌ها و داغ‌های سلطنت. این همه خدمات با کیفیت و معیاری را تنها و تنها در شبخانه روز تجربه نمایید. روز زیبایی و صحت با هم.
Still plenty of runs required for victory. 32 year of age, 27 matches, 597 runs. Average quite handy in 2020. Strike rates 121.59 for someone who is accumulated, and at times he changes his gears according to the need of the team. And confidence in expression.
Brendan Taylor, he is in because of this. A beautiful googly turning in sharply, taking the top of the off stump, and Solomon Meyer not understanding what happened, where the ball came from. Meanwhile, this one tapped it down towards the final region. No run coming in through. Brendan Taylor.
Well, it's not the googly that is troubling. It's the angle that is creating. He's going wide of the crease and then coming in with those variations. They're not reading him off the hand, and then it becomes very difficult to read him off the surface because it comes very quick. He's got the leg spinner, he's got the carom ball, the googly, the slider, the top spinner.
Look at this, coming in wide of the crease, and the angle that he creates, very difficult to gauge from there.
This time around plays with the angle away to the square boundary for 1. He's into second over, last delivery to be bowled, and has just conceded 2 runs. Very, very good start. Good comeback. Went for some runs yesterday in the first T20 encounter, but on a different surface. He's bowling differently, and it's working out for him. Marks the end of the third over. 8 for 1. Economical, the bowlers.
افغان بیسیم 4G LTE.
حالا از سرعت 4G در بسته‌های 3G ما مستفید شوید. 7GB در بدل 800 افغانی، 10GB در بدل 1100 افغانی، 16GB در بدل 1800 افغانی. در صفحه پیام GB مورد نظر خود را نوشته و به 151 ارسال نمایید.
ما افتخار میکنیم که افغان هستیم. افغانستان را دوست داریم.
After put into bat, Afghanistan were 19 for no wicket after 3 overs. Zimbabwe 8 for 1. Up to continue from the far end. No slip in position. They got third man on the boundary ropes, man at the backward point position. Point in the covers, extra cover and mid off. Hits it down the ground. Didn't get the kind of connection that he wanted. Good urgency from the fieldsman.
Put in a fantastic slide there, Gulbadin Naib whacking it, and then Gulbadin Naib coming in, sliding in. Good recovery there.
Toggles out. Dew will be a factor. Certainly big factor. And it's going to be very difficult for spinners to grip the ball. Fast bowlers will also struggle. And it's going to be very interesting. Oh, that's poor. That is very, very poor.
It's silly to do this. Yes, you want to show aggression. Yes, you want to put pressure onto the batsman. But then what do you do?
This incident reminds me, Alistair Cook was betting on 99, was struggling to get into his 100, faced 17 deliveries, and then all of a sudden Mohammad Ahmed picking up the ball and making a throw, and that helped him to raise his century. Works through the onside, shuffling across and finding the fieldsman. Finding the gap is one way of expressing or taking the team out of the trouble situation. A lot of due yesterday. Stenghazai, the captain of the side, making sure that he takes a very good care of the ball.
Well, absolutely. Ensuring that the seam is kept dry, the surface of the ball. Also, the towel coming up every single delivery.
Swing and miss once again, trying to give it a room to himself, but it is not disturbing the concentration of Aftab.
Aftab ensuring that it bowls in the good squadron just outside the off stump, and the ball moves in.
Well, different bowlers have different expressions, a different way of going about the thing. Some bowlers prefer, they visualize the delivery, they go with the same, they don't make any change, and then there are some bowlers who believe in bringing about that change to adjust to the demand. It's a very difficult thing for fast bowlers. Some obstacle here, distraction for the batsman.
Well, the batsmen are never pleased to see things like these. Takes away the concentration, the focus that a batsman requires to. Fantastic effort in the field there. Was smacked hard. With all the power and might that Mazakadzav could put in.
Shafiqullah Safak, wicketkeeper, fielding in the covers. We've seen a lot of wicketkeepers fielding in the covers. Dinesh Karthik from India. A.B. de Villiers from South Africa. And this time punches it down the ground. Will take a single, comfortable.
13 runs have come in so far. And look at the towels. Look at the towels. Everyone is carrying a piece of towel with them.
But it's, you can see, just can see the bubbles forming, and it looks very, very threatening at the moment for the bowlers. They will certainly feel the dangerous thing is the dew. It's not the bowling skills, it's not the mighty presence of the batsman there.
Well, also as a fielder over here, when you're fielding in the outfield with more than enough dew, it is not very comfortable. Mujib to continue after the previous successful over.
Well, one way of getting runs against him was the sweep. That's something that Paul Sterling practiced, and he was successful in putting him off line, off length. Yesterday we saw Solomon Maher batting in that fashion. He swings it, finds the fielder. But it's different surface. The ball is skidding on off the surface. Not much of a turn available, much faster. So less reaction time for the batsman to come up with batting solution.
Well, yes, sweep is the best option, but this one has been whacked beautifully. Will go into the stands. The crowds are not very happy this time because it's coming from a Zimbabwean willow. It's a 6.
Yeah, it's a beautiful strike. Good use of feet once again. Look at this one. Lovely thrust of delivery. Using the feet, he knows that it's not going to get much of turn off the surface, and he times it beautifully to the second tier. Beautiful expression. A lot of confidence and ease into stroke making. Comes down again, straight down the ground. That might hit the top of the roof that is located there. 6, another 6, 2 back-to-back 6s for Masakadza.
That was mighty, that was big. He didn't care where the ball's there. Stepping out, the ball going up a mile. Almost took up our camera person there.
Well, he's practicing his golfer's swing really well. There comes the googly, quicker run. Oh dear, heard something.
The crowd was silent for the previous two deliveries when they went for a 6, but the moment the googly came in, they all erupted.
And that's the difference that they brought today on the table. Zimbabwe batsmen, they're using the feet also. Yesterday it was all about sweeping and everything. Today, use of feet, it's working. Five overs gone, 26 for 1.
هموطنان گرامی، پروفسور دکتر عبدالرؤوف که متخصص مشهور استخوان یعنی ارتوپدی کشور هندوستان می باشد و همچنان دکتر فاروق بت متخصص امراض داخله عمومی فعلا در شفاخانه رایل در خدمت مریضان محترم شما قرار دارند.
Ajamera.
Thanks a lot, Neil. Yes, you're right, because Mujib was pretty expensive in the last over. This is how they played some lovely shots. Masakatsa was in full cry there, lovely hitting as well. Coming down the track, good footwork employed by him. This was again a big one. Massive hitting, expensive over from the young man. 133 is what Zimbabwe require from here on of 90 deliveries. Change in bowling as well. Good all-rounder Gulbadin coming into the attack. The last over of the power play as well. Didn't get too many runs early on in the first 3 overs. But suddenly the tide changed, and this is what T20 is all about.
Well, one good over and the game changes. And when we say good over, it could be from either side. A couple of wickets, the game would move towards Afghanistan. A couple of good overs, massive sixes being hit. Zimbabwe would be laughing down at the game.
Oh, going for the airy-fairy shot. Getting some carry as well. That should excite the bowler. Getting a hint of movement on that occasion. Uses his shoulders to good effect. Just see good line as well. That was important. Bowling close to the stumps. Trying to whack it over the mid-on fielder. The mid-on fielder inside the circle.
These are fit boys. Look at them. Trying to step out for this one, Masakadza. But mind you, Gulbadin Naib can bowl a bit and can bowl really well. Completely missing in this time round. He almost anticipated what was going to happen.
Yes, scrambles seem on that occasion, but the line is pretty important. That's pretty important here, because the intent from the batsman is to go over on the onside, just clear the infield. 23 or 24. He's batted well. That should be a wide. Tough for the keeper as well. These are going to be bonus runs here. Just mentioned that he was doing a terrific job with his line. Sliding, diving in the end. Does a very good job. Acrobatic effort from him. Just see, giving his all. That's what you call 100% commitment. Dragging the ball in and surely saving a couple of runs for his side. It's always very handy, really boosts the morale of the team as well. Of course, of the bowler.
Masakadza striking the ball really hard and nice, playing on a strike rate of 100. 25 of 25. not going for this one. Brendan Taylor giving him company, but been on the non-strikers end for the last 19 deliveries. It's been Masakadza who's been doing a Mohammad Shahzad. What Mohammad Shahzad did when the innings opened. Kareem Sadiq was off the strike for 21 deliveries. Brendan Taylor almost matching him.
Yeah, you're right, because he's been there for some time, Brendan Taylor. Just 4 deliveries faced by him. Just got off the mark. Shuffling across, was in the air. But that's again a good strike. Coming from the meat of the bat, it's a boundary to end the over. The power play over is gone, 35 for 1.
زندگی سریعتر، زندگی بهتر. افغان بیسیم 4G LTE.
حالا از سرعت 4G در بسته‌های 3G ما مستفید شوید. 1 GB در بدل 250 افغانی، 3 GB در بدل 400 افغانی، 5 GB در بدل 600 افغانی. در صفحه پیام GB مورد نظر خود را نوشته و به 151 ارسال نمایید.
ما افتخار میکنیم که افغان هستیم. افغانستان را دوست داریم.
So 6 overs gone now, 35 for 1. At this stage, the power play overs done. Taylor will be on strike after a long time. And joining me in the comm box is Alistair Campbell. Welcome, Alistair.
Thanks, Ajay. Hello, everybody. If you've just joined from around the world, this is evenly poised. 35 for 1. Masakadza has to hang in there. 29 of 27. Brendan Taylor just faced the 4 deliveries. Run rate required 8.86. Oh, lovely shot. Lovely piece of timing. Didn't try and hit it too hard. Knew exactly where he wanted to hit it and executed beautifully.
Yeah, that's a good area to hit, and playing with the spin as well, with the turn. That's a bit flighted there, but knew exactly what he was doing. A big stride forward over the cover area, and racing she goes. That should give him some confidence. The first 4 coming from Brendan Taylor. He's a very handy batsman at number 3. And he's the birthday boy, isn't it?
He is indeed. 32 years young today, Brendan Taylor. And he would dearly love some runs here, better than any present he's got today. When I interviewed him earlier, he just talked about his contribution, wanting to score up more runs, to contribute a bit more for Zimbabwe. Fiercely proud of wearing the national colours, and he desperately wants to put in a big performance here. And if he can do that, if he scores 50 or 60, Zimbabwe win the game. That'll be in the back of his mind, so he'll know the pressure's on. He needs to pull out a big performance. He's bowled really well as Mujib Zadran. Just 2 balls remaining for his full quota of 4 overs, and he's only conceded 21 and taken the wicket as well of Solomon Mire.
He's shown very good control as well. You know, bowling with the new ball is never easy. The control this young man has shown. His 3rd over was a touch expensive. But the first 2 overs did a very good job. Was in the air, and that's taken as well. That's going to be a very important wicket. The crowds here, the supporters of the Afghanistan side, they are pretty happy. That's a big wicket. The set batsman going back into the hut.
Huge wicket. Good catch by Ashgar Stanikzai, diving forward. It was out the back of the hand, the googly. I think he just picked it at the last minute. Hamilton Masakadza cramped him for room. They're not able to get it square enough. That's what he wanted to do, work it square on the leg side. But he's going to have to go. Another blow for Zimbabwe. 29 for Masakadza, 40 for 2 now.
کشورم به طبیب متخصص و آگاه ضرورت دارد.
تحصیلاتم را عالی می سازم.
میخواهم قضاوت سالم را از اینجا آغاز نمایم.
میخواهم پایه های اقتصاد متوازن را رشد دهم.
من مطابق با علوم معاصر و ارتباطات برقی پا میگذارم.
عصر ارتباطات با رسیدن به آموزش تکمیلی لسان بین المللی را حتمی میدانم.
روند این پیشرفت های شما مؤسسه تحصیلات عالی زاوال.
So Zimbabwe losing a very important wicket. The new man in is Sikandar Raza, experienced campaigner, 27 matches, averaging just around 30. He's got to improve that average. Strike rate over 100. But he's been good form lately for Zimbabwe. Mujib has done a very good job. Oh, googly. to end his spell. 7 overs gone, 40 for 2.
خپل افغان بي سیم کارت په نوي یو سیم بدل کړئ او 1 جی بي وړیا انټرنیټ ترلاسه کړئ او له کرانات تیز انټرنیټ څخه ګټه واخلئ. له دې وړاندیز څخه د ګټې پورته کولو لپاره د افغان بي سیم تر ټولو نږدې څانګې ته ورشئ.
موږ ویاړو چې افغانان افغانستان سره مینه لري.
So 7 overs gone, 40 for 2 Zimbabwe. Sikandar is just walked in, joining Brendan Taylor. And 19 required of 78 deliveries. The asking rate just going up all the time, over 9 now. Not going to be easy, Alistair, from this stage.
Not easy at all when you know that at the back end you're going to face one of the best in the business in the form of Rashid Khan. Very difficult to score off him, and if you're leaving yourself 10s and 12s to score when he's bowling, well, more often than not there's only going to be one winner there. So they need to do some damage here. They need a big over. And if they're not hitting boundaries, that's what they need to do. Rotate the strike. Make sure that there's very few dot balls. And if you are taking all your signals and then get a boundary and an over, suddenly you are going at 8-9 to the over, and that's okay. Mujib has bowled really well. That was the googly. All at sea. Solomon Mire trying to heave it away on the leg side. And then another googly. And Hamilton Masakadza only able to flick it in the general direction of Ashkar Stanikzai, who pulled off a good catch as well. So hard to pick. Very deceptive bowler, and he's bowled another good spell right at the beginning of the innings, Mujib Zadran. He did it in the first game, and he's done it again. They seem to have clearly defined roles, these Afghanistan bowlers. And that makes a big difference so far as your setup is concerned. I think you interviewed Rashid Khan the other day, and he says, I know my plan, we all know what we need to do, but hey, if I have to change it, I have to go and bowl somewhere else, I can do it. But he knows that he's going to bowl from overs 11 onwards and finish the innings. Simple as that. Mujib knows he's bowling the first 4 overs of the innings. And once you've got that, you can practice with a clear head, and you know exactly what's required of you.
Yeah, you're right, actually. You know, your rules, if they're defined, makes it much easier for the players as well. You know exactly what to do. As rightly mentioned, Rashid Khan having a chat with me yesterday evening did mention that normally comes after the 10th over, and probably that's going to be the case today as well. Mujib opening the bowling with the new ball. He's been very effective. The variations you were mentioning about Alistair, he's been instrumental in picking up those important wickets. And the first 2 overs he bowled, you know, very tidy with his line and length. Now he's going to be an important weapon as well for Afghanistan. The way he bowls, the way he delivers, the armour he's got as far as variations are concerned. Oh, that's pulled away. That's in the air. But wide of the fielder, probably just getting his hands to it.
They should have caught that. Should have caught that. Was a rank delivery. Sat up and said, hit me please. Sikandar Raza obliged. But he hit it straight to the fielder. His heart would have been in his mouth. Oh, he's got to take those. Muhammad Nabi, he's better than that. He knows it. He is a better fielder. And he'll be angry that he's put that one down. It's hit him right on the fingertips. Probably give him a little bruise to add insult to injury.
Yeah, that ball was well timed, but surely at this level, those catches have to be taken. Saw the Zimbabwe fielders take some good catches in the death overs in the last few overs. Lucky there for Sikandar Raza. Surely he's got to play a good innings here. They need a good innings from him. Wearing his pace, going down the leg side. Slight appeal from Gulbadan.
Yeah, Zimbabwe caught well today, really well. And particularly right on the boundary edge. 3 or 4 catches come to mind. The fielder had the presence of mind to get in a good position and make a safe catch. And Afghanistan in the first game dropped a couple of catches, were a bit sloppy in the field, and they've really put one down here tonight. I'll just make sure that they get it together and not drop too many more catches, because they do that and give too many lifelines to these two, and they could pay the ultimate price of losing the game. So they just need to make sure that although the bowlers are getting the ball in the right area and have shown great skill, the fielding is definitely a department that needs a bit of work.
Gulbadan has been a touch expensive, conceding a single of the last delivery as well. It was gone 49 for 2.
ویتامین سی برای اولین بار از نوشابه‌های ژاپنی در افغانستان.
الماس.
این است معجزه کلر الماس.
فقط الماس داشته باشه.
In the allotted 20 overs, Mohammad Nabi scoring 45 or 26. Chatara really bowled very impressively, 3 for 20 for him. And Zimbabwe in reply 49 for 2 after 8 overs. Sharafuddin, the new man coming in. Change in bowling as well for Afghanistan now. The required raid. Got to keep an eye on that. Over 9.
Left arm spinner. Is this where they attack? They need to do something, Zimbabwe. Run rate over 9 to the over. Need to make sure that they're keeping up with that run rate. They know it's going to be very difficult at the back end. Don't want to leave themselves with too much to do. Making sure they get the field exactly right. So 3 men out on the leg side. Just a man at short fine leg. So vacant areas inside the circle on the leg side. We haven't seen too much turn tonight. So that could be one area that the right-hander can target. There we go. It's chipped it into the gap. But he hasn't got enough on it. So just be the single. But definitely possibilities of 2 in that particular area if you get the placement and timing just right.
Yeah, he's wiping the ball as well with that single, the 50 up for Zimbabwe. But definitely Dew is going to be a factor as well. Wiping the ball with a towel. Not going to be easy for the spinners. Haven't seen much turn as well. It's a much better surface for batting as compared to the wicket yesterday, the surface yesterday. Phil Simmons, the coach of the Afghanistan side, an experienced campaigner, the first assignment for him.
Yeah, he'll be excited with the talent he's got to work with. They're all so keen as well to be successful at international level, a good mixture of youth and elder statesmen as well. And that excites any coach when you can come into a setup with people that are raring to go, wanting to improve, not only on the field but off the field as well.
Team analyst Asad Ahmed Zai allowed there in the Afghanistan bench. They have a lot of experience there as far as support staff also goes. That's pretty important, Alistair, isn't it?
Yeah, analysis. You've got to be have all the information to make the right decisions as coach, and you know, stats play such a big part in how you go about things in this day and age. So, crucial part of the game is that analysis, making sure you have all the facts and figures at your fingertips as a coach.
Was really impressed the way Sharafuddin even bowled yesterday. Wicket to wicket, giving nothing away. Bowls are at a good trajectory, especially in this format. Does know that he won't get much turn out of the deck here. But the line and length is going to be very important. Let the batsman try and play across the line.
Single off every delivery thus far. And he'll finish with a dart, so great over from an Afghanistan perspective. Just the 5 from it, 54 for 2.
کله مو هم د داسې چټک انټرنیټ ارمان درلود چې ستاسو کارونه نور هم چټک او ښه کړي چې د یو ستر بدلون لپاره هم دې اړتیا لري. چټک ژوند ښه ژوند د افغان بیسیم 4G LTE.
مونږ ویاړو چې افغانان افغانستان سره مینه لرو.
The only successful bowler so far for Afghanistan. 4 bowlers employed by the captain, Asghar Stanikzai. Mohammad Nabi now coming in, played really well, played a cameo with the bat. He's been in good form with the bat. And at times, Alistair, that reflects on your bowling as well. The confidence you get as an all-rounder when you do well in one department, isn't it?
Yeah, and conversely, when you do badly in one department, you either let it play on your mind and you have a bad day all round, or you have a second bite to get it right.
Very true.
So Mohamed Nabi only used for 1 over, surprisingly, in the first game, but he's got runs tonight. Can he contribute with a few wickets as well? So Graham Creamer, he'll hope he's not got too much to do at the back end of the innings when he comes into bat. Did really well with the ball. Thought captain well today as well. And they restricted Afghanistan to that 158, which I think on this particular surface they'll be very pleased with. But at the moment they have wickets in hand. That's not an issue, but the run rate is just creeping up a little bit, and as soon as it gets to double digits, then it becomes very difficult. In this day and age, you know, 10 and over, 11 and over is something that's very achievable. But you just don't want to let it escalate too sharply. You want to try and do a lot of the damage earlier on, not to let it wait and wait and wait until such time you look up at the scoreboard and suddenly you need 13, 14 to the over, because then it becomes very, very difficult.
You're right. I wouldn't mind Afghanistan with those 5 or 6 runs coming. That's a misfield. That's the last thing you want. The captain on that occasion
puts his hand up and apologises, just checking if there was a little bad bounce, maybe just poor technique really. We saw one earlier in the day, Solomon Mire, but that was a bad bounce. Totally went at right angles, and there he's indicating that, not my fault, it went off at right angles. He's the captain, so he won't get too many beady eyes from anybody.
You're right, and you know, as far as the bowling goes, we did mention that even someone like Rashid Khan still to be introduced into the attack. The required run rate with every dot ball will be creeping up. That's going to be adding problems for Zimbabwe as well. Trying a cheeky shot in the air. Oh, has he taken it? Has he taken it? The body language suggests he's taken it, but might be a referee as well.
Well, I think they're definitely going to go upstairs for this. There was a bubble. Not so sure he was totally convinced. I think his teammates more so. They ran up and congratulated him. I'm not so sure that he's got the fingertips underneath this one. We'll definitely go upstairs, so there'll be the signal for the third umpire. It'll be interesting to see what the soft signal is, though. And they reckon it's out. They reckon it's out. So there has to be conclusive evidence to the contrary for this to be overturned. Huge decision. And Sikandar Raza, he's marching over and wanting to have his 5 cents. But here we go. There's a legal delivery, so there's no issue with that. He tries to play a little touch sweep, does Brendan Taylor, get it fine of the man, Mujib. So there it is, out the middle of the bat. Now then. There's the bobble. So that's not an issue, the second half of the catch. It's just whether he's got the mitts underneath it in the first half. Maybe this angle will give us a better indication. Here we go. Now then, there, it's fine. It's just there. Is some part of the ball touching the ground or not? There is a bit of dew there, so it probably squirts up out of the hand like a bar of soap. Manages to make the grab. My worry is that part there. Is there something under the ball, or is that ball brushing the grass?
Yeah, remember the soft signal is pretty important as well, and that was out, indicated by the on-field umpires. So that's going to be very important. Were the fingers underneath the ball? That's going to be a big question. The latter part, the last part, that's going to be important. That's where the third umpire is checking on at the moment, seeing those replays.
You see the hand come over the top, and that to me suggests that it's hard to have the fingers under the ball. But anyway, third umpire, it's his call. He wants to be a third umpire. There we go. He's made the adjudication, and he's happy that there was something underneath the ball. And they've got a huge wicket, important wicket. The birthday boy, he wanted to make a better contribution, but he's going to perish in the cause. 15 of 16 deliveries for Brendan Taylor. Zimbabwe now 58 for 3.
Yum Yum Continental و فست فود مکانی دنج و پر از آرامش، تندیسی از پاکیزگی با معیارهای بلند مهمانداری و سطح بین الملل، فضای متفاوت و پذیرایی و بهترین وجه با سرویس عالی و پرسنل آموزش دیده، با حضور آشپزان و غذاهای داخلی و خارجی، پیش غذا و نوشیدنی های گوارا. در زیباترین مکان پایتخت حضور گرمتان را پذیرا هستیم. یم یم سمبولی از تنوع و غذاهای معیاری.
Zimbabwe just losing some important wickets. 58 for 3 at this stage. Ryan Bull coming in. He'll be at the non-strike as in. Sikandar Raza will be the man on strike. When the ball was in the air, they just changed ends. Just one match for him, 8 runs, averaging 8. Can't really judge on that. There's definitely some pressure on him.
Yeah, huge pressure on both these guys. No one in the Zimbabwe lineup thus far has been able to go more than a run a ball. Masakadze was 28 of 29, Taylor there 15 of 16. We need somebody to hit a few boundaries, play a cameo. Well, is Sikandar Raza the man? Bit of fortune on that occasion. He's been dropped once, remember. Healthy outside edge on this occasion. Moral victory for Muhammad Nabi, but welcome boundary for Zimbabwe. 10 bowls, 62 for 3.
د افغان بیسیم 4G LT
اوس د 4G سرعت څخه زموږ په دریجی کڅوړو کې ګټه پورته کړئ. 1GB د 800 افغانیو په بدل کې، 10GB د 1100 افغانیو په بدل کې، 14GB د 300 افغانیو په بدل کې. په پیغام پاڼه کې خپل د خوښې GB ولیکئ او 150 واستوئ.
موږ ویاړو چې افغانانو افغانستان سره مینه لرو.
And Sikandar Raza and Ryan Bull, plenty to do. Run rate 9.7 to the over required, so they're going to need to find a few boundaries. They're going to need somebody to play a little cameo, get 30 odd of 20 balls, 40 of 25 balls. We saw Muhammad Nabi do that. Sharafuddin bowled a tidy first over, just the 5 singles from it, and he starts his second over with a dot ball.
Picked a couple of wickets yesterday, went for runs in the first 2 overs, going away for 28, then taking things back, picking up 2 wickets. Regional set over some problems, plenty for Zimbabwe from this situation. Match is delicately poised, and with Rashid Khan to come, but Nabi has already done the damage. He was referred to the third umpire, but then adjudicated out. Big wicket of Brendan Teller. Beaten again, not finding it working in his favour.
No, there is a bit of dew out there. We've seen all the bowlers rub the ball with a towel, and there won't be much turn. They recognise that fact, and therefore he's just trying to bowl flat skidders. He's Sharafuddin and doing it pretty well. And Bill just needs to come to grips with the conditions out there and make sure that he's on the money. Not playing for any turn, playing for the slider. Another one goes past the outside edge. Having a field day out there, Sharafuddin. 4 dot balls in the over thus far. And there's another one. Bang, past the outside edge. No turn, skidding on.
And good pace in the surface. That's helping to the cause. This time Supples across, but not finding any run. Continuing to build pressure and the possibility of getting a maiden in here.
It was 9.7 beginning of this over. It's now 10.5. That's how quickly it escalates when you're not scoring.
Is this the maiden? Works through the onside. It's going to take a single. Might push him hard for second. No, just settles for a single. Just 1 run coming off the 11th over. It's 63 for 3.
روز د پوستکي او ښکلا روغتون د متخصصو ډاکټرانو او پرمختللې ټکنالوژي په درلودلو سره د پوستکي او ښکلا ټول خدمتونه وړاندې کوي. په پرمختللي میتودونو سره د ځواني دانو او لکو درملنه، په لیزر سره د مخ د اضافي ویښتانو، خالونو او سوروالي درملنه، د پی آر پی او میزوتراپي میتودونو سره په تخصصي توګه د ویښتانو د رژیدلو درملنه، د ویښتانو ایښودل پرته له جراحي عمل څخه چې په طبیعي توګه د ودې وړتیا لري، د پزې ښکلا، د لیمو ښکلا او د کالدانې د داغونو د ښکلا جراحي. دا ټول معیاري او باکیفیته خدمتونه یوازې او یوازې په روز روغتون کې تجربه کړئ. روز ښکلا او روغتیا سره یو ځای.
Behind, things can change with the dew coming in, but we'll have to be slightly careful about the prospect of Rashid Khan bowling. Nabi to continue, 1 for 8.
This is exactly the sort of situation they would have talked about not being in Zimbabwe. You don't need to be chasing nearly 10.5, 11 to the over when Rashid Khan's still to bowl. They would have talked about being in a better position run-wise. Reverse sweep in the gap, 4 runs. He plays this really well, does Ryan Bill. He's very good with the horizontal bat shots. But on this occasion, winding up, making sure that he picked his gap perfectly. It was in the air, but it was right in the middle of the 2 behind square on the offside, and once it got in the gap, it was always going to run away to the boundary for 4. Good start to the over. They need to capitalise. Really good over, the last one from Sharifuddin. And now, in the form of Mohammad Nabi, they've got to make sure they capitalise.
Ball travelling, zooming across the outfield means we'll get wet. Bit of difficulty in holding the ball. Reverse sweep, not working. Taking the single.
Yeah, he plays it well, Ryan Bill. So I have no problem repeating the dose. He just bowled it a wee bit shorter and a bit more bounce, and that proved his undoing. That's what they're playing for. If Zimbabwe win, there'll be 2 hands on that, one of Creamer and one of Ashgar Staniksai. But if Afghanistan win, it'll be 2 firm hands of Ashgar Staniksai that'll be on the trophy.
Guides it down to third man, taking single. So now thinking about rotating strike somehow. 159 to win, 69 for 3 after 11.3 overs. They haven't introduced Rashid Khan yet. Nabi 1 for 14. He got runs with the bat. 40 odd runs in both the matches he's played, and picked up 1 wicket yesterday, 1 today. It's making significant contribution to the team. One bit of change in the field now. Long off slightly wider now.
Yeah, just not finding his timing, Ryan Bill. Was all at sea in the previous over to Sharifuddin. Not getting to grips with the ball being a bit wet and skidding on. And he's played 1 good reverse sweep, but apart from that, he's failed really to come to grips with the pitch and the bowling. It'll be a single. That's not really good enough. They need to find a few more boundaries because the rate just keeps escalating. And you saw there also Ashgar Staniksai previous to that delivery, just indicating to Rashid Khan, all right, son, please come and bowl the next over and the next 4 are yours. And he's done it so many times, hasn't he? Rashid Khan, such a young man, such a old head on those young shoulders, and he knows exactly what he has to do to close out the game for Afghanistan, particularly when he's got 11 runs and over to play with.
Smacks it, and we'll have to settle for 1. Got the protection there on the boundary ropes, on the sweep, on the offside, on the onside also. The men on the boundary ropes. 12 overs gone. It's 71 for 3.
بچه‌ها آماده هستین دیگه برای کوهنوردی؟
والا دوستان آمدن همه مریض هستم.
بیاد این منظره را بر احمد لایو استریم کنیم. بچه‌ش من نمیتونم لایو برم. خیلی باهاش ما از افغان بیستیم برس لایو برم.
با سریع‌ترین شبکه 4G از فیسبوک لذت بیشتر ببرید.
سلام جان، جای خالی نامه.
ما افتخار میکنیم که افغان هستیم. افغانستان را دوست داریم.
Significant after that. Waller, Moore and Kramer to follow. Got some batting to tackle the threat of Rashid Khan.
Waller played well yesterday in a losing cause, got 27 I think of 13 deliveries or 15 deliveries. He played a bit of a cameo, showed that he can hit the ball to the boundary. PJ Moore is also a decent striker of the ball, so is Creamer, but you have to say they need a minor miracle now, Zimbabwe, particularly when it comes to trying to score off this bloke. It's going to be incredibly difficult. They're going to have to take risk and they're going to need a fair bit of fortune.
Yeah, it's a bit of pace there in the wicket back of the hand. Once again, so he's going to come up with those variations. He bowls flatter and quicker, and the additional pace will help to his bowling. Ball will skid across difficulties. Just a single.
Doesn't seem to have any problems gripping it at the moment. But with Dew, as we've talked about, just seems to be skidding on. There's no real turn there. So as a batsman, you've got to be reading that. You've got to be trying to hit as straight as possible down the ground, use the pace of the ball. And that's where Ryan Burl has struggled a wee bit thus far. Hasn't been able to get to grips with where he wants to hit it, how he wants to go about it. And now he finds himself 7 of 10 deliveries and under huge pressure to get a move on.
Gets the edge, will take single. Just concentrating on working the singles round of Rashid Khan's bowling.
Current run rate of 5.84, so they still haven't got it over 6 to the over. Not good enough, really. You cannot leave yourself this amount of work to do at the end. That was out the back of the hand, the googly, but as you see, no real turn, just drifting on with the arm. 86 of 45 deliveries.
Couple of pointers. One thing is that he bowls stump to stump accurate. He's not getting much turn, so they can think about that prospect of using their feet and launching it downfield. We show Masakadja taking on Mujib.
There just hasn't been enough big shots played. We talk about the team with the least dot balls winning a game. That was the old way of thinking, particularly in one-day cricket. Now, in T20 cricket, he who hits the most boundaries. Simple as that. You hit the most boundaries, you are going to win most of the time. And at the moment, they seem to be content with trying to get singles and playing the odd aggressive shot. But when you're chasing nearly 12 to the over, you need to be a little more aggressive than this. You need to be finding the boundary a little more regularly than this. Big appeal from Rashid Khan. I think he knew full well that it was outside the line, but just asking the question anyway.
Works away on the onside, another single. Oh, misfield might prompt the batsman to think about the prospect of getting the second run here. No, just settling for a single. 13 gone, 75 for 3.
انستیتوت علوم صحی جامعه کامپلکس با 7 دور فراغت افتخار دارد که برای دور 8م در رشته‌های فارماسی، تکنولوژی طبی، نرسنگ عالی، پروتز دندان، قابلگی عالی، رادیولوژی و انستزی محصل می‌پذیرد. فیس هر سمستر با کار عملی فقط 3000 افغانی. آدرس: سرک کوتسنگی، کمپانی، قلعه جرنی. انستیتوت علوم صحی جامعه کامپلکس پیام‌آور آرزوهای شما.
Strike rotation hasn't been that great, but not many boundaries came either.
Just the 7 fours and 2 sixes, so 9 in all. And when you're in the 13th over, you needed to have hit a few more than that. However, all is not lost. They're only 3 wickets down, 7 in the shed, but they need exactly 12 to the over. And it's going to be very, very difficult indeed to go along at 12 to the over with monotonous regularity until you win the game in 7 overs. That doesn't really happen. You need a couple of big overs, ones that go for 18 and 20, and if you do that, mixed in with invariably the odd good over and the odd wicket, then you've got half a chance. So they need to try and take a few risks here to the Zimbabwean batsmen. They need to find the boundary.
Kulbuddin Naib going for 17 in his 2 overs, so he might be the bowler who would be targeted. Swings it on the onside, protection there on the boundary ropes, just 1. Didn't come up with any variation in his first spell with new ball, but he's got good slow delivery also. He's picking it from well outside the off stump.
left-hand, right-hand combination, making Ash Kostelik's side just think a bit, making sure he's getting field is exactly in the right position.
Wants to change there. Square leg is coming inside the boundary. Now 2 men patrolling on the onside, one at mid-wicket, one at long on. Well outside the off stump, and he's found the gap to perfection. Just one bounce into the gap for 4.
Gee whiz, did that go all the way for 6? Well, there he signalled for. I just thought it went over the boundary ropes. Hey, maybe I'm getting old. Maybe I need put my glasses on. Wayward from Gulbuddin Naib. Full toss outside the off stump, struggling to grip the ball. And put away by Sikandar Raza. Trying to bowl the Yorker. He's got good variations. Difficult to grip the ball though when it is a bit wet. So trying to bowl the Yorker, but not executing. Right, they need a few more of those, do Zimbabwe. 20 or 15 for Sikandar Raza. And they've begun the over well. 5 off the first 2 deliveries. And they need to try and find another couple of boundaries, make this a big over.
Swings it straight down the ground. Got the fielder. Sails over him for a 6.
That's more like it. That's more like it. Sikandar Raza, he knows what's required, and he's been in good form of late as a great striker of a cricket ball. And on this occasion, just waltzing down the wicket, getting to the pitch of the ball, full follow through, and easily clears the man at deep mid-off. Really, really good shot. Didn't try and hit it too hard, just made sure he had enough elevation on it to get it over the boundary.
This time through the onside, might pick up another boundary. 3 boundaries in a row, 2 4s and a 6.
Really good striking this from Sikandar Raza. You'd have to say that it is hard to grip the ball. He tries to bowl the slower ball again. It's a full toss out the back of the hand. Not as in control as he normally is, Gulbuddin Naib, but Sikandar Raza, he's really making a fist of this now. 15 off the over. Has brought the run rate down and brought them back into contention.
Yeah, 2 more deliveries to go. Hits him on the pad, trying to work through the onside. Leg by is the signal.
.16 off the over, 1 ball remaining. Ryan Burl, 10 or 14 deliveries. He really has to pick up the pace a little bit. Can he maximise on this last delivery and get a boundary and take the over to going for 20, which will be exactly what Zimbabwe need.
Dropping the fieldsman back on the boundary ropes at the third man region for left-hand batsman. Square leg is coming up in the circle. He hits it straight down the ground. Not much of timing. Should be back for 2. Fumble, allowing the batsman to complete 2 runs comfortably. 14 overs gone, it's 93 for 3.
بچه آماده هستین دیگه برای کوهنوردی؟
والا دوستان آمدن هم احسان و مریض هستن.
بیاد که منظره را بر احمد لایو استریم کنیم. بچهش من هم اتانم لایو برم.
خیلی باش ما از افغان بیسیم برس لایو برم.
با سریعترین شبکه 4G از فیسبوک لذت بیشتر ببرید.
ما افتخار میکنیم که افغان هستیم. افغانستان را دوست داریم.
Of runs from the middle overs. Key man has conceded 4 of the first over with a lot of dew in, but the kind of experience and kind of confidence that he has, he will find a method to bowl in these conditions.
Right, this is going to be the over, I reckon. What are they going to do about attacking Rashid Khan? They did it really well in the previous over. 18 off Gulbuddin Naib's over. But it's this over. They've got to make sure that it doesn't go for less than 8. They've got to try and find at least 1 boundary. Find a way to get him away.
Takes a single. Sometimes it's about thinking as a bowler when you get get a wet ball in your hand, you think about, okay, I will find a way to bowl. And some bowlers think, okay, oh my God, it's not working. Rashid Khan getting good support. He's a cult figure in Afghanistan. Hero like Sachin in India.
Everywhere he goes around the world. I think in the Big Bash he was the cult hero for the Adelaide Strikers. Really took the Australian public to heart. There's a reverse sweep. Really well done. A good parry by the man in the infield. Stopped a certain boundary. Really difficult as a fielder in these conditions. You've got to get down quickly and low because the ball does skid on. It's the captain, Ashkar Staniksai. He's taken a blow for the team though. Looks like the chest or the rib cage area struggling a wee bit. But he did make a crucial parry.
So that's what transpired. It's landing in there. So you reckon he can walk in any side? Ricky Ponting put him in the best team in the BBL. Getting opportunity there. So you reckon that he can walk in any side in the world at the moment with his leg spinning abilities?
I think you know the answer to that. And the answer is in the affirmative. And I think the bidding wars in the IPL, that's the barometer for me. And that'll tell you a story. What did he go for? 1.4 million? Cool, 1.4.
9 crore Indian rupees. That's a lot of money. 63 to win from 33. Can they find a boundary of Rashid's bowling? Now he's still thinking about working singles.
The method they seem to be employing here, the Zimbabweans, is let's try and get run a ball off Rashid Khan and take advantage the other end. And that means they're going to need to score nearly 16 to 18 runs and over at the other end, which, I don't know, I think that's a bit of a risky method, if that indeed is the method. But it looks at this stage, because he's bowled his 1.4 overs, only gone for 8.
Sweeps it with one hand, and then it is a single.
Single every ball of the over. So he'll be more than happy with this, Rashid Khan. And if he can just concede one more single of his last delivery, means he would have bowled 2 overs for 10. And Zimbabwe, well, the run rate would have escalated. And that means after this ball, if it just goes for a single, we'll be back to needing that 12 and over. Rashid Khan just, I mean, a word with the umpire saying, how about a ball change? But wait, this, look, there's a few alarming pieces of seam missing, but the umpire's been around the block. He knows all the tricks of the trade, tells him to carry on. There we go, gets that one away. In the gap this time. He's tried a few of those, Ryan Bell. On this occasion, executes it perfectly. 100 up for Zimbabwe, 5 overs remaining, 102 for 3.
فريش بي بي دايپر علوم دسمال د قوي جذابیت سره د ترکیه هواد ساخت د ښکلي بوی درلودونکی سل په سلو کې نخي د پوره الاستیک بندونو درلودونکی 12 ساعتونو مقاومت درلودونکی فريش بي بي ستاسو د ګرانو ماشومانو لپاره بهترین انتخاب.
For Zimbabwe, 44 of 31. Sikandar Raza, I feel, is going to be the key. 33 of 21. He's got a start. He's really batted well. 57 of 30. Just closing in. Last ball, previous over. Very nicely played, improvising. The important factor was the placement. And exactly what he got right there. Played in the gap. Picking up the length very quickly. Gets into a good position as well. And surely the bowler, Rashid Khan, wasn't very happy with that. Joining me in the comm box is Neil once again. Welcome, Neil.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mehra. And 15 overs done, 57 required of 30. It could be anyone's game from here on. It's Mohammad Nabi who will come in to bowl. We saw some fantastic power hitting a while back, and well, that has been the game changer here. If a couple of wickets fall down, then maybe, yes, it could sway back in. But this is streaky, this is lucky. It is going Sikandar Raza's way.
Yeah, all these runs are very important because whatever way they come, runs have to come. The scoreboard has to be ticking all the time. Not a bad delivery, missed by the keeper. Going for that drive as well, probably some bat to it. Managing a boundary on that occasion. Lucky boundary, one has to mention. Moves on to 37 now. Wiping the ball all the time. Dew has been a factor once again today. A day-nighter here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium.
Well, and by means of which this has been played up in the air. 3 people running towards it, but Mohammad Nabi will reach it the quickest. Takes it on 1 bounce and throws it back to the wicket keeper. A little dangerous, but pretty safe.
Yeah, lucky escape there. Because this was always going to be tough for someone like Mohammad Nabi, the bowler running himself all the way, falling in no man's land, just falling ahead of him. In the end, doing a good job, restricting the batsman to just 1 run. Rayan will be back on strike. A lot of support here for Afghanistan, and why not? This is the home game for them, home venue for them. The target 159 doesn't seem very far away. Suddenly the tide has changed. A few good overs, you never know.
Well, absolutely, and both these batsmen, they seem to be in a good nick. Ryan Burl playing really well for his 18 off 18. Sikandar. Oh, swing and a miss, making room there. Ryan Burl wanted to play it over the covers region, but missed it all ends.
Yeah, trying to make room for himself, and the ball just skidding through. Now it won't turn because of the dew and the moisture on the surface. The ball is just skidding through. Exactly what the batsman had to understand. Ran the first one hard, played on the onside. Just tugging around the corner. No is the loud call. Then the right call as well.
That was loud. We could hear it without any support in the comm box. So even if we were about to run, we would have stayed back. So it's a 51-run partnership, 50-run partnership of 35 deliveries that's come between these two, Ryan and Sikandar.
You know, I just feel the remaining 2 overs from Rashid Khan are going to be very important. Ashraf as well, he's got a couple of overs, he's bowled well. 2 overs for just 6 runs. So still, Rashid Khan has got 2 overs. And those are going to be vital. Once again, good running. This time playing with soft hands and back for the second.
110 runs off 3. Playing with soft hands. Running the first one hard and second one equally hard.
Keep an eye on the required run rate as well. Almost hovering around 12 at the moment. 11.76 to be precise. Oh, straightening up. Dot delivery to finish the over. 110 for 3.
چټک ژوند ښه ژوند د افغان بي سیم 4G LTE.
اوس د 4G سرعت څخه زموږ په تدریجي کڅوړو کې ګټه پورته کړئ. 1 GB د 250 افغانیو په بدل کې، 3 GB د 400 افغانیو په بدل کې، 15 GB د 600 افغانیو په بدل کې. په پیغام پاڼه کې خپل د خوښې GB ولیکئ او 150 ته یې واستوئ.
موږ ویاړو چې افغانان افغانستان سره مینه لرو.
Will decide whether Afghanistan win the series 2-0 or Zimbabwe. They level the series. Sikandar Raza is on 40 of 25. Afghanistan managing 158 for 9 in 20 overs. Nabi doing well, 45. He's had a good match even yesterday. Was player of the match, Mohammad Nabi.
Afghanistan has an unbeaten record in the T20 internationals against Zimbabwe. Might look a little threatening, but not too much with
I think they have to now really fire from both ends, Rayan and Sikandar, because it's taken a bit of time, Rayan. Sikandar Raza, on the other hand, has got a much better strike rate of 160 compared to Rayan, who's got a strike rate of 95. So really he's got to now get along with things. Not much deliveries remaining. They still have wickets in hand, remember. 7 wickets left in the bank for them.
Played it towards the square leg region, drawing the first one hard, not going for the second one though. Strike back to Sikandar. So this is the record that we were talking about against Zimbabwe of Afghanistan. Last 5 games, they've all won by Afghanistan.
Yeah, one close game at Sharjah, but apart from that, well, it's been pretty good for Afghanistan. A clean record so far for them. Oh, once again appealing, and the finger is up. Rashid Khan did mention that he is going to be a very important bowler here. And that's a big wicket as well. Sikandar Raza is going to go back. He's not very happy.
Painful man, Sikandar Raza. This one, the Googly didn't read it off the hand. Was straightening up, hitting on the knee roll, right in front of the middle stump. The umpire had no reason not to raise the finger. Sikandar Raza, 40 of 26. LBW Rashid, a wicket falling at the wrong time. And
یم یم کانټیننټال او فاست فود د هوساینې څخه ډک ځای او پاکه سیمه له لوړو معیارونو سره نمونه او ښکلی میلمستون د نړۍ په کچه ښکلی فضا او د پاکیزګۍ نښه روزل شوي پرسونل او اشپزانو په درلودلو او ډول ډول خوړو او څښاک سره د پلازمینې په زړه پورې سیمه کې ستاسو په چوپړ کې یم یم کانټیننټال د ډول ډول او معیاري خوړو رښتینی تمځای.
so it's 111 for 4, and the man on screen, Waller, he is in because of a fantastic delivery bowled in by the man on screen, Rashid Khan.
Yeah, we see that was a googly from Rashid Khan, and really foxed the batsman Sikandar Raza, trying to play the reverse sweep, trying to improvise, hitting him well below the knee roll as well. Just see where the ball hits him, well below the knee roll. Not a bad decision there. Sikandar Raza, for some reason, wasn't very happy.
Well, yeah, I mean, reaching at this level, he would have thought in his mind to see the team through, but and more so as a batsman, LBW decisions are never pleasing.
Yeah, probably just thought that the point of impact was also the line of ball stump. Mentioning about Waller, 594 runs, decent strike rate, 138. He's got a task in hand, that's played fine. Just pick up one more run here, led by in fact the call from the umpire. No bad in that.
He's a smiling candidate, always smiling, always happy. You hit him for a 4, he'll be smiling. Hit him for a big one, he'll be smiling. Takes a wicket, well, the smile's double.
I think that's the confidence, you know, that's the confidence he's got in his abilities. Always makes a big difference. You know exactly what to do. Required run rate over 13 at the moment. So they need some big shots, and that's exactly what he's trying. It's high up in the air. Man coming underneath. Oh, he's just spilled it. Tried his best in vain. Almost getting there.
These catches are never too easy. Shafiqullah Shafaq running in from the long on region. Had to put in a big sprint and then a dive. He almost had the ball for the longest time, and then it just popped off.
Now the reason for that, Neil, you mentioned is just didn't really able to latch on to that. At times when the ball is high up in the air, it's dipping, your elbows hit the ground. It's always tough. Just see the elbows hitting the ground, and that's the reason the control was lost there. The elbows hitting the ground. It's not easy.
Meanwhile, a single coming through. These catches, when they're taken, they look very, very beautiful. But then at the same time, there's a lot of effort that goes in from fielder's perspective. You know, as a spectator, when you're watching on the television, emotions come out and say, oh, you should have taken that.
Yeah, those are not easy at all, because he had to run some distance, fair distance. The ball was dipping. Never easy under lights as well. That's a big factor. Trying the reverse sweep. There's a man planted out there. We'll just pick up one more run. Very good over. Successful one, 115 for 4.
هموطنان گرامی، پروفسور دکتر عبدالرؤوف که متخصص مشهور استخوان یعنی ارتوپدی کشور هندوستان می باشد و همچنان دکتر فاروق بت متخصص امراض داخله عمومی فعلا در شفاخانه رایل در خدمت مریضان محترم شما قرار دارند.
الماس این است معجزه کلر الماس.
فقط الماس داشته باشه.
Zimbabwe have to really look for some good overs. They have to close the gap. They have to take a leap now. Remember, Afghanistan, they lost a few wickets in the last few overs. In fact, 3 wickets very quickly. The gap is really increasing all the time. The pressure building on both the Zimbabwe batsmen, Waller and Ryan.
Well, yeah, I mean, Zimbabwe will have to do something which is of the proportion of a vertical jump, break through the worm of Afghanistan to win this one. Aftab Alam comes in and that is a joyous crowd. They're sensing the victory almost, but then, well, this is cricket, the game of glorious uncertainties. You never know what happens.
Yeah, they're loving every minute of this, every over, every delivery that's bowled. Afghanistan, they have done well so far. They know all the crowds are very knowledgeable that it's going to be daunting for Zimbabwe, not going to be easy. Ryan, well, he's been there for some time. He's now got to change his gears. 44 of 18. So every over almost they need a few big shots. This could be the over as well. That's played in the gap to settle for a couple of runs there. Good effort in the deep.
Well, they'll have to target this over. They don't have an option. He's been pretty economic though, Aftab Alam. But at the same time, you cannot go hammer and tongs to Rashid. You'll have to take your chances against Aftab Alam's medium pace. The coach and the captain biting their nails, and definitely not an excitement.
Yeah, I think also the reason is the fact that Zimbabwe really did well in the field, especially the last few overs. At one point of time, Afghanistan were looking pretty good to get it in the region of something in the region of 175, 180. That's played on the onside. Coming back for the second as well. They're running for everything. Probably he's in. Just in.
2 of this one, the 2 of previous one. Ryan has been hitting hard. He's running the first one hard and then going for almost colliding there.
Yeah, at times I think the direct hit makes a big difference because one bounce, a throw, by the time the throw came in and Shahzad had to take the bails off, he was well in. Exactly what I thought initially as well. He was comfortably in, doing the basics right, making use of his reach, not out the decision from the third umpire. It was well home.
Well, umpires generally want to just take the precautionary measure and get in touch with the third umpire.
And that's the right option as well, Neil, because once you have technology, why not utilize it? That's the right option.
And this one is a good delivery in the block hole. Well dug out there.
Very good delivery, especially at this time. Every dot ball is like gold dust. You see, going behind, right in the block hole. That difficult, even for a set batsman. Very difficult. Exactly what he's got to try, Alam.
So far a good over, just 4 coming off it. Ryan still playing on the 100 strike rate. This is not going to help. They need 40 of 15, which is almost 3-runner ball. A low full toss, whacked it straight, but it will go straight to the fielder. Only a single.
Yeah, Afghanistan really won't mind those singles, at this stage. What they're just looking for is not to concede boundaries. The singles coming at this stage, they would never mind. Just thought the wicket of Sikandar Raza really changed the tide because he was batting so well. He was well set. That was a very important wicket coming for Rashid Khan. Just changed the tide.
Right, and Waller hasn't played much, just 2 deliveries, is on strike right now at this juncture. For him to create any impact, it would mean that he'll have to put the ball out of the park a couple of times, in fact more.
I mentioned that this over is going to be very important, and so far Alam has done a very good job bowling this third over. He just conceded 15 runs. Remember, Rashid still has an over to go. He's really bowled well. 39 of 14. Not going to be easy for Zimbabwe. Just making room for himself. Once again, just a single. Good over so far. Very good over.
They're picking their fielders and playing to them. It should be the other way around. Pick your gaps and play. 17.5 overs have been bowled. Making room there. And playing it straight to the fielder.
I think what Alam has done well in this over is, one is trying to bowl in the block hole. He's trying to bowl within the stumps. He's not giving much room to the batsmen. Remember, on this kind of surface, the margin of error for a bowler is minimal. He's changing his field as well. The left hand of the southpaw on strike, so he's got a man at deep point, deep third man as well. Dropping another fielder in the deep, in the point area. Once again, not timing it too well, running the first one hard. We'll just pick up 1 run. That's the end of the over. 122 for 4.
ویتامین C برای اولین بار از نوشابه‌های ژاپنی در افغانستان.
روزي پوستکي او ښکلا روغتون د متخصصو ډاکټرانو او پرمختللي ټکنالوژي په درلودلو سره د پوستکي او ښکلا ټول خدمتونه وړاندې کوي. په پرمختللي میتودونو سره د ځواني دانو او لکو درملنه، په لیزر سره د مخ د اضافي ویښتانو، خالونو او سوروالي درملنه، د پی آر پی او میزوتراپي میتودونو سره په تخصصي توګه د ویښتانو د رژیدلو درملنه، د ویښتانو خودل پرته له جراحي عمل څخه چې په طبيعي توګه د ودې وړتیا لري، د پزې ښکلا، د لیمو ښکلا او د کاندنې د داغونو د ښکلا جراحي. دا ټول معیاري او با کیفیته خدمتونه یوازې او یوازې په روز روغتون کې تجربه کړئ. روز ښکلا او روغتیا سره یو ځای.
So Zimbabwe requiring 37 of 12, 2 overs remaining in this game. It's going to be really daunting for Zimbabwe from here on. Sikandar Raza, well, that was an important wicket out for 40. Rayan is on 28 of 28, but now it really has to change his gears. Rashid Khan coming back for his last over. Been very impressive once again, playing on the onside. Coming back for the second. Really running hard. But the problem is not able to pierce those gaps, not able to manage those boundaries at this stage.
Well, absolutely, and at this stage of the time, it's boundaries that's going to be mattering. Because as much as they run those twos, they would still end up getting 12 off an over, while they still need about 18 an over. So this is not going to help. Look at this one, a relay throw. These lads have been training this during their practice hours. This one has been backed up in the air and would end up into a simple catch. Shafiq is the man who takes this. Ryan goes back, Rashid gets a wicket, and we would be comfortably saying this could bring in curtains to the Zimbabwe home.
I think it's going to be tough now, really tough, because new batsman coming in. That was another important wicket for Rashid Khan. Another set batsman going back in the heart, going for the big one, caught in the deep. Shafiq was the fielder. A good catch under lights, and he's delighted. Rashid Khan getting his second wicket in his last over. Ran ball out for 30. It's 124 for 5.
فريش بي دايپار علوم دسمال د قوي جذابیت سره د ترکیه هواد ساخت د ښکلي بوی درلودونکی سل پسلو کې نخي د پورا الاستیک بندونو درلودونکی 12 ساعتونو مقاومت درلودونکی فريش بي ستاسو د ګرانو ماشومانو لپاره بهترین انتخاب.
So losing half the side as Zimbabwe, 124 for 5. Moore, the new batsman who's in. He'll be the non-striker's end. Waller will be on strike. Peter Moore, just 9 matches, 122 runs, averaging over 20, so he's done well with the bat. Oh, that's in the air. And that's dropped by the captain, Asghar Stanikzai. Could have been the 3rd wicket for Rashid Khan. That ball was really travelling, well hit.
These catches in this region, they come in really sharp. They hit your hands really hard. But again, the fact being that there's a lot of dew, the ball would have been wet. And he was not in a stable position when the ball reached his hand. Asghar Stanikzai apologizing. Views of the chairman box at the Sharjah International Cricket Stadium. The dignitaries get invited. Are generally seated there. You get to see the who's who of the industry, cricketing world, and at times even the cinema seated in this box. Meanwhile, Rashid Khan, Moore not ready to play him.
Went all the way, in fact, like a fast bowler. Goes in his run-up. Really charged up. Rashid Khan is really bowled very impressively, missing those deliveries as well. Not easy to play those big shots against him. That's the reason we mentioned that his overs are going to be very vital. 2 for 21 so far for him. Despite the dew factor, he's done a fantastic job for his side.
Wiping the ball on and off, and when he doesn't have a towel, so he's bowled 3.4 overs, 21 runs, 2 wickets, an economy of 5.73.
And the time he comes into bowl, Neil, and that economy really means that he's done a great job. It's not easy. Coming after the 10th over, he's tightened things up, picked up those couple of wickets. Both the set batsmen, that could be trouble. That could be trouble. Oh, not a great throw. Once again, comedy of errors there. It's all happening here. That should have been an easy run out. Even Rashid Khan is smiling.
This is as silly as this gets. You had the time of the world to throw it simply to the wicketkeeper. Look at this one. He's played it. First run taken simply. Confusion for the second. And that one is a wild throw and bad backup there. Waller thinks, and then he has to put in a dive. It was a simple run out, making a mess of it.
Yeah, all the fielder required was really a throw, good throw at the waist level, and that was enough. Would have been another wicket here for Afghanistan. That was not to be.
7 balls remaining in this game and 31 runs. It's an uphill task. Big shout there, umpire not interested. Impact, I presume, was outside the off stump. That's the end of the 19th, 128 for 5. So 31 runs are required of 6 deliveries. That's Rashid Khan, the man who changed it all at the end when Zimbabwe was on track. People are happy, they are joyous, they know that they are winning the series 2-0. Because from here on, if Zimbabwe needs to win, they need to hit 6 sixes, or at least 5, and take a single. I'm Neil, and joining me in Combox is Devinder for the last over.
6 sixes, highly unlikely. You need certain, maybe De Villiers, Syed Afridi, maybe Chris Gayle to do the job, or maybe Virender Sehwag.
Or maybe the original man, Yuvraj Singh.
Yeah, so gets the dot ball in straight away.
Chances getting bleaker from here on. Good delivery there.
Well, he saw the batsman trying to give a bit of room to himself, so did well to make that adjustment. At least 2 or 3 boundaries to gain some confidence moving into one-day internationals, starting from 9th. Dixit shot and pulled away on the onside. He's found the gap. He's found the boundary also. 4.
He's probably heard you, Devinder. He wants to believe that the ODIs will start on a positive note, and the practice starts right now. A short one, and pulled away over the square leg fielder's head, meeting the fence for a 4.
Well, the problem is for Zimbabwe is that they don't play too many competitive T20 matches. It's been 19 months before they played the last match yesterday. So the competitive match at the international level is something that hasn't been happening for Zimbabwe, and that's something that's playing out. Opportunity to beat 6 on a row. They have never been able to beat Afghanistan in T20.
Well, yes.
6-0. They're moving there. Gets another great delivery.
Coming into the series as a preparatory series before they head out for the World Cup qualifiers, these two teams.
And one more thing, they will go at 8th position in ICC T20 rankings.
That's a massive thing to play for Afghanistan. The Afghanistan Premier League coming up really soon.
Well, in the year 2008, playing at the Division 5 ICC tournament, and from there to get at the 8th position in international cricket, something that requires Herculean effort and brave batsmanship, some outstanding talent in his spin bowling, contributing to that massive success to the Afghanistan cricket.
And these are these young lads who have actually taken the team, Mujib ur Rahman and the spin twin of Mujib and Rashid.
And Mashiha of all, Nabi.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Swing set straight down the ground. Late, but some enjoyment to the Zimbabwean fans.
That's a 6. Umpire raising his hands. There's no enjoyment when you're doing this, when you know that it's not going to affect the result of the game. But nonetheless, will give a lot of confidence when Moore comes back in the ODIs.
That's the format, that's where they feel comfortable in playing against quality opposition. They get that extra time to work out a plan against a particular bowler. In 2020, you need to be very certain and clear about the way you want to go about. And there is no time for adjustment. This time he's away on the onside. Will find the fieldsman there, and will have to settle for a single. They have been beaten once again, 6 in a row from Afghanistan.
Congratulations to Team Afghanistan, a comprehensive wins, winning by 17 runs, and this man on your screen, Rashid Khan, one of the biggest reasons for the success of this team, Afghanistan. The crowd is joyous, they're happy, handshakes everywhere. The Azizi Bank T20 International Cup 2018, Afghanistan win the series 2-0. Zimbabwe yet to open their account against Afghanistan in the T20 Internationals.
A commanding performance, Rashid Khan performing, Nabi performing, and today other batsmen also joining the forces, and Stennis getting into the form. Struggled against Ireland, but very impressive today with his footwork and with his ability to play big shots. So well-oiled machine, marching up front there, looking in a good competitive spirit at the moment, and will be a handy customer against seasoned Zimbabwe one-day side.
No doubts about that. Zimbabwe is definitely a very well-balanced ODI team. Look at this joyous celebration, handshakes, both the teams. Very competitive series, a 2-match T20 series. Positives for Zimbabwe also to take from these two games.
Yeah, the catching was very good. Catching and bowling from fast bowlers. Today, Kramer bowled well in conditions not that much suitable for spin bowlers, but still he bowled well. Good channels, mixing up his pace and introducing his variations. The bowling was good, the catching was good, and batsmanship in pitch is good, but they need consistency throughout the innings, especially the middle overs. That's where they're lacking at the moment.
That's well said. So quick run through the scorecard. Solomon Meyer got out on 2. Masagadza 29, got a good start but couldn't capitalize on that. Brendan Taylor 15 of 16 on his birthday. Raza 40, Burl 30 were the guys who actually showed the pathway for Zimbabwe towards victory, but then after the loss of their wicket, Waller and Moore couldn't do much. 141 for 5 is the total score in 20 overs.
Yeah, credible bowling performance, especially from the spinners in conditions with a lot of dew around. The spinners coming to the fore, and especially Mujib bowling beautifully. 4 overs, 2 for 21 with a new ball. That's 2 in the power play. And then Nabi in the death overs bowling really well. 1 for 24, and Rashid Khan, as always, amongst the wickets. 2 for 23. 158 for 9 in 20 overs after put into bat. Nabi 45, Karim getting 28, 3 wickets for Chatara. He bowled really well in the death overs to bring the things back in favour of Zimbabwe, but not decent batting effort. Sikandar Raja.
السلام علیکم ګران لیدونکو، بیا هم تاسو ته ښه راغلاست وایم او د افغانستان د کرکټ ملي لوبډلې د سترې او تاریخي بریا مبارکي بیا هم تاسو ته وایم. افغانستان وشو کولی چې د زیمبابوې پر وړاندې د 2 نړیوالو شل اوریزو لوبو سیریز وګټي، چې دا یو ډېره ستره لاسته راوړنه ده د افغانستان کرکټ بورډ په استازیتوب د ټولو هیوادوالو ته، ولسمشر ته او هر افغان ته مبارکي وایم. واقعا چې یو ډېره ستره لاسته راوړنه وه. پیل ډېر ښه واخیستل شو د افغانستان د کرکټ د ملي لوبډلې لوري. دغه لوبې د عزیزي بینک شل اوریزو لوبو سیریز د افغانستان کرکټ بورډ په کوربتوب ترسره شو او د یک تلویزیون څخه تاسو په قانوني شکل باندې وکتلې. ګران لیدونکو، هیله دې نه وي چې په دې سیالیو کې ډېرو لوبغاړو ښې لوبې وکولې او ډېرو لوبغاړو نه کېدای شي تېروتنې شوي وي، یعنې د دواړو لوبغاړو څخه. په همدې هکله سره ښاغلی دولت خان احمدزی صاحب د کور ودان ډېر زیاته مننه کوو چې تر اوسه دلته په سټوډیو کې شته ده، سره د دې چې ستومانه هم شو. احمدزی صاحب تاسو ته مبارکي وایم او په ټوله کې د دواړو اننګزونو څرنګوالی را سره شریک کړه.
زه په خپل وار سره د عزیزي بانک ټي 20 کپ مبارکي ټول ملت ته وایم. واقعا افغانستان ټیم ښه لوبه وکړه. افغانستان ټیم نه څنګه توقعات کېده هماغسې لوبه یې وکړه. د موږ د انینګز که پارټنرشپونه موږ وګورو، د اصغر او د کریم پارټنرشپ وګورو، بیا د نبي او د نجیب زدران پارټنرشپ وګورو، نو موږ داسې واړه پارټنرشپ باندې ډېر ښه ټارګېټ وټاکه. لکه شروع کې چې موږ خبره کړې وه چې 150 نه زیات رنزونه به د موږ د بالینګ لپاره ډېر ښه وي. او زیمبابوې هم دا کوشش کوي چې موږ 150 رنزونه نه کم آوټ کړي. خو که موږ بیا وګورو د موږ په ټیم کې یو 3 داسې لوبغاړي دي چې هغه نړیوال لوبغاړي که موږ ورته وایي چې هغه مجیب زدران داسې IPL کې به روان IPL کې به لوبه کوي، راشد په مختلفو لیګو کې لوبه کوي، همداسې نبي، همداسې د موږ نور لوبغاړي ډېر ایکسپیرینس لري او ډېر وخت نه ملي ټیم کې پاتې سوي دي. نو دا ټول هغه وجوهات دي چې د موږ ټیم څه ده له زیمبابوې نه ښه ده. د زیمبابوې نه دا پرې ډېر توقعات کېده چې ډېره ښه لوبه به وکړي، موږ سره به ډېره نږدې لوبه وکړي، ډېر به ښه ټیم په شکل باندې. خو د موږ ټیم ماشاءالله د شل اوریزو په کتو سره د موږ ټیم چې دا د دوی نه په دواړو برخو کې ښه لوبه وکړه او یوه برخه کې تقریبا چې هغه فیلډینګ ده، هغې کې به موږ محنت کوو په راروانو میچو کې. نو د که ووایم موږ بیا یو وارې بیا سپین بالینګ بچ کړو. سپین بالینګ د موږ ډېر ښه وسو او په څنګ کې که زه وایم د موږ کپتاني او بالران چې دا ډېر ښه استعمال سو. همدغه وجه وه چې موږ دا میچ وګاټه او سیریز هم خپل کړ.
بلې هو تاسو یادونه وکوله ومویل چې د زیمبابوې سره زموږ د بالینګ او بیټینګ یو څه سره ورته والی درلوده، یعنې په فیلډینګ کې مو یو څه تېروتنې درلودلې. په بیټینګ کې او په بالینګ کې کوم داسې مهم ټکي ول چې د افغانستان لپاره چې د دې سبب وګرځېد چې په دواړو لوبو کې افغانستان د بریا په لور بوځي؟
بلکل که موږ وګورو موږ د په شل اوریزو کې موږ ډېر هارډ هیټرز لرو په خپل ټیم کې لکه هیټینګ کولی شي شپږیزې ویلی شي څلوریزې ویلی شي هغه نجیب زدران ده که هغه نبي ده که هغه سر کې شهزاد د خپل اصغر هم ښه لوبه کوي اخري کې موږ شفیق الله شفاق هم لرو که څه هم موږ ته لوبه شفیق الله شفاق تر اوسه پورې په دواړو هغه کې نه ده کړې خو توقعات دې ډېر زیات دي چې هغه موږ په اخر کې استعمالوو چې هغه موږ ته شپږیزې او څلوریزې ووایي منځ کې موږ نجیب استعمالوو د شرف الدین اشرف داسې هغه اوس نوی ټیم ته چې راغلی نو هغه هم د هغه نه هم توقعات ډېر زیات دي چې هغه د شپږیزې او څلوریزې ډېرې ښې وي او د موږ په ټیم کې ټول الراونډران ډېر دي که ته په شلاوریز ټیم کې زیات الراونډران په ټیم کې ولرې نو د تا د ګټې چانسز ډېري تا سره اپشنونه ډېري څه به کوم وخت کې له چا نه زیات کار واخلي
دولت خان احمدزی تاسو خپله هم یو ملي لوبغاړی پاتې شوي یاست او د بېلابېلو لوبډلو سره په صفت د روزونکي مو هم دنده ترسره کړې ده څه فکر کوئ چې زیمبابوې به په یو ورځنۍ نړیوال لوبو کې د افغانستان پر وړاندې په کوم پلان سره او د کومو تغیراتو سره د لوبو ډګر ته راوځي
بلکل که بیا دغه د یو ورځنیو لوبو اړخ ته وګورو زیمبابوې بیټسمنان دا توان لري چې په وکټ باندې ودرېږي او یو دوه رنزونه ډېر په مهارت سره وکړي او پوره 50 اوره لوبه وکړي افغانستان ته ښه ټوټل ورکړي نو زیمبابوې چې دا په دې کې خاص مهارت لري او ډېر با تجربه لوبغاړي دي د ما په اند باندې به یو ورځنۍ لوبې له شل ورځنۍ لوبې سره ډېر فرق ولري په یو ورځنۍ لوبه کې به زیمبابوې موږ ته ډېر سخت ټیم ثابت سي او خو بیا هم موږ
کوم دلیل تاسو وایئ چې موږ لپاره به سخت ټیم ثابت شي
هغه دلیل دا ده چې دوی بیټسمنان چې دي ډېر با تجربه دي او دوی بیټسمنان په وکټ باندې وخت تېرولی شي
تاسو مخکې وویل چې زموږ سره ډېر غټ لوبغاړي شته دي چې د دوی په پرتله باندې هغه ډېر غټ لوبغاړي دي لکه د راشد او د نبي او د مجیب یادونه مو وکړه
بلکل خو که ته بیا په راشد باندې چېرته رنز نه کوې راشد دې دپاره ټارګېټ کوي چې دونه به زه یو دوه کوم او رنز به نه کوم هغه بیا په یو ورځنۍ لوبه کې دومره خطرناک نه ثابتېږي لکه په شلاوریزو کې چې مجبورا باید رنز وکړې چې کله بیا مجبور سي او رنز کوي او باید میچ وګټي بیا پر راشد باندې رنز کول ډېر مشکل دي هلته هم 10 اوره دي ټوله لوبه چې دا 300 باله ده 50 اوره ده 300 باله ده نو یو بیټسمن سره پوره ټایم وي چې خپل پلان وکړي او کله یو بالر نه یو ډېر ښه بالر نه دی 3 منډې وکړي دی پکې نهت کوي خو شلاوریز بیا مختلف دي که ته به پوره 9 رنزه له چا نه اخلې اته رنزه به ترې اخلې 10 منډې به ترې جوړې بیا به میچ ګټې په هغه صورت کې له راشد نه بیا 10 منډې کول ډېر سخت دي په هغه صورت کې له مجیب نه بیا 10 منډې ډېر سخت دي خو که بیا یو ورځنۍ لوبو ته وګورو په یو ورځنۍ لوبو کې که ته له یو ښه بالر نه 3 منډې اخلې نو دا د تا لپاره صحیح دي بس دي وکټ له لاسه نه ورکوي او 3 رنزه 4 رنزه به پر اوور له یو ښه بالر نه تللی شي نو په دغه جي کې بیا زیمبابوې چې ده زیمبابوې بیټینګ لاین چې ده ماته دا پیره اوږده هم ښکاري او ډېر با تجربه هم ښکاري نو ون ډے کرکټ به له موږ سره ښه کوي
مسقط ځانان که چېرته په وکټ باندې پاتې شوی وای څومره به خطرناک ثابت شوی د افغانستان لپاره
بلکل مسقط زه ډېر ایکسپیرینس لوبغاړی ده ډېر وخت کېږي چې له خپل ملي ټیم سره پاتې سوی ده او ډېر یو ثابت سوی لوبغاړی دی د زیمبابوې لپاره هغه هر وخت په وکټ باندې او ډېرې سیلیزې لري او هم په ټیسټ کې هم په ون ډے کې هم په 20 کې ډېر ښه ځلیږي خو دا که په وکټ باندې هر رقم لوبغاړی پاتې کېږي ډېر وخته پورې دا ټیم دپاره ډېر خطرناک ثابتېدی شي
بیا هم د حمید حسن تشه لیدل کېږي په لوبډله کې
بلکل فاست بالینګ خو د مونږ ټوله تشه ده فاست بالینګ کې د مونږ چېرته سپین بالینګ نه وي نو په دې فاست بالینګ باندې مونږ له هېچا نه هم نسو ګټلی سپین بالینګ داسې بس د مونږ ټیم کې پوره هغه سټرینث چې مونږ ورته وایو او د مونږ د ټیم قوي نقطه چې ده هغه د مونږ سپین بالینګ ده د مونږ سپین بالینګ له مونږ د بیټینګ نه هم قوي نقطه ده د مونږ سپین بالینګ خو د مونږ د فاست بالینګ نه ډېره زیاته قوي نقطه ده او فاست بالینګ کې به مونږ رایساریږو په فاست بالینګ باندې ډېر غور کول پکار دی او فاست بالران
حمید حسن به څومره وخت وروسته بیرته چمتو شي ټپي شوی ده
د حمید حسن باره کې دا ویل کېږي چې ډاکټران ته 3 هفتې رست ورکړی ده نو 3 هفتې وروسته نه به بیا دی کتل کېږي چې دی په کوم حالت کې ده خو حمید حسن ډېر وخت پس کرکټ ته راغی او بیرته انجل کېده بیا د خطرناک دي.
د عزیز بینګ دغه T20 کپ چې و د یک تلویزیون څخه په ژوندۍ بڼه خپور شو په دغه کپ ګټلو یا دغه سیریز ګټلو د افغانستان په رینکینګ باندې څومره اغیزه ولري؟
بالکل دا د موږ د رینکینګ دپاره ډېر زیات ضروري وه که دا موږ بایللی موږ په شلاویزو په رینکینګ کې شاته تلو خو موږ د دې سره فایده دا چې دا موږ په ځای پاتې کېږو یا به یو سټپ پاس ځو خو د دې ګټل چې و موږ ته انتهایي ډېر زیات ضروري و.
لکه مخکې مو هم یو اشاره ورته درلودله خو دمه راغلله زیمبابوې د غټ سیریزونو څخه د غټو لوبو څخه امارات ته راغی د افغانستان سره ولوبېده ولې څه وه چې دومره ښه ونه ځلېدل که بیا هم یو څه رڼا پرې واچوئ؟
بالکل خو که تا خلاف یو درې نړیوال سپینران لوبه کوي نو د یو ټیم د هر ټیم دپاره دا ډېره زیاته مشکل کېدی شي. په دې کې زه زیمبابوې زیات نسم ملامتولی. زیمبابوې بالکل د موږ د پلان خپل پلان افغانستان ته چې کوم پلان کړی د پلان مطابق یې بالکل بالینګ وکړ چې دوی کوم پلان کړی و هغه پلان کې بالکل کامیاب سو. ټاس یې وګاټه افغانستان ته بیټینګ ورکړه په خپله باندې بالینګ وکړه دا ټول هر څه اوس یو ډېر ښه پلان و خو بیا هم دلته د افغانستان په ټیم کې د سپینینګ سټرینث یا قوي نقطه د سپینرانو چې ده د هغه مخه نیول چې دي د هر ټیم دپاره ډېر مشکل دی.
ډېره زیاته مننه ښاغلی دولت خان احمدزی چې خپلو هېوادوالو ته هم په بېلابېلو برخو کې اړین معلومات ورکړل. کور مو ودان. ګرانو لیدونکو د غوره لوبغاړي جایزې ورکول کېږي او همدا شانتې د عزي بینګ ټرافي هم ګټونکي لوبډلو ته ورکول کېږي او د افغان ویسیم شرکت څخه هم مننه کوو چې په نشراتي برخه کې یک تلویزیون څخه په مالي برخه کې پوره همکاري کړې وه. راځئ چې ورشو موږ تاسو لوبغالي ته او له هغې وروسته زموږ تاسو پروګرام هم په همدې ځای پای ته رسېږي. یو ورځنۍ نړیوالې لوبې د افغانستان په کوربتوب د افغانستان د کرکټ ملي لوبډلې د زیمبابوې د کرکټ ملي لوبډلو ترمنځ په نهم د فبروري مه هېروئ.
Tournament, the two T20s, because the one-day tournament not far away.
Yeah, we're probably more adapted now to the wicket and just getting used to the skid. But yeah, hopefully we go well in the T20s, in the 50 overs.
All the best for the one-days.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks a lot. That was Graham Kramer, the Zimbabwe captain. Now, please come forward, Asghar Stanigzai. Just have a few words with you as well. 2-0 Afghanistan win the series. They have done really well. Good performance. Asghar, smiles on your face, but overall a very good team performance from your side.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First, shukr alhamdulillah, win the series because very important, especially in 2000 start. The hope when you start is good, all year is good.
Yeah, but overall I think, the way you bowled as well, especially Rashid Khan, the spinners chipping in once again, the way you rotated your bowlers, that was very impressive.
Yeah, because I know my strength in bowling especially. That's why I know which time when bowlers come. That will be, and especially in due time, the bowling very difficult. But I will give you credit for Rashid, Najib, Mujib Zadran, and Aftab. They bowled very well. That's why we win the match easily.
But credit to Zimbabwe as well, the way they fought, the way they played in the two T20s.
Yeah, Zimbabwe also played very well because they, especially in the Sharjah wickets, I will give credit also for Zimbabwe. They played very well.
Thanks a lot, Asghar. Don't go far away because you have to take the winner's trophy as well. And now I'll call today's man of the match. Of course, it's Mohammad Nabi once again. He's done a terrific job. Terrific with the bat once again. He's been an ominous touch. He's really batted well and bowled well for Afghanistan. What's the case, Mohammad Nabi, like every time you're coming forward for the player of the match?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thanks for my match. Allah that we won that T20 series. The whole team effort in this both games. That's why we win that series.
But when you came into bat, I think you needed some quick runs as well because that was the time when you needed a cameo from your side.
When I came to the bat, that is a little bit. I think it's 11 hours left that we will rotate the strikes at that time. If you have a good ball to hit, then will we hit the ball.
And what was the wicket like? What were the conditions like? Bit of dew as well when you came into bowl?
It's very difficult to bowl in that kind of condition, especially for the spinners. But the whole spinners, Rashid, Sharaf, me and Mujib bowl brilliantly at that kind of condition.
And Nabi, also you're the senior campaigner, seeing the team as well. Rashid, Asghar, you're the senior campaigner. So what's your role defined in the team as well?
in the role in the team, me and Rachel, the whole game, we must perform very well in the bat, in the bowling, in the field. That way, the whole team will be, the combination was good.
And don't go far away because you've also got the most sixes in this match. So Mohammad Nabi has got to take a few checks as well. Man of the match check presented by Salim Khan Kunduzi. Also the trophy presented by Mr. Stanikzai. And the most sixes award by Mr. Mazhar Khan. He will present the most sixes award as well. So a lot of awards there for Mohammad Nabi, who's done a fantastic job for his side. Really player of the match yesterday as well in the first T20. And once again coming good in the second T20 of Afghanistan, of course, winning 2-0. And now it's the winner's trophy, and of course Afghanistan captain Asghar Stanikzai. Please come forward. The trophy will be presented by Mr. Abdul Samad Afghan and Ghazi Nawaz Tenai. Please hand the trophy to the Afghanistan captain Asghar Stanikzai. It's always a moment of a lot of pride. Afghanistan winning 2-0. Of course, the one day is yet to start, but they have done really well in the two T20s, winning 2-0. And I request also to take the winner's check. The winner's check as well for Asghar Stanikzai. So all the team, Afghanistan team, along with Asghar Stanikzai just coming forward. Gentlemen, thanks a lot for joining us for the presentation. Always a joyous occasion. It's back to the comms out there.
Yeah, it's been a very, very good work done by, and one day is coming up next, so it's going to be an interesting series. Afghanistan hitting
حامیان مالی مسابقات کرکت افغان بیسیم، اولین شبکه 4G در افغانستان.
مؤسسه تحصیلات عالی شفا، آینده درخشان شما.
سرخط خبرها. پس از پیروزی در برابر داعش در عراق، پنتاگون روند انتقال نظامیانش از عراق را به افغانستان آغاز کرده است. پایان ناخوش غفلت در وظیفه.
اول بری جنرال خدگر قماندان لیوای اولی
رئیس جمهور غنی 7 مقام ارشد فرقه 111 کابل را برکنار کرد. تأکید حکومت تطبیق عدالت بر طالبان. حکم دادگاه در انتظار طالبان محکوم به جنایت‌های ضد بشری.
عدالت بالای تعدادی که محکوم هستند به جنایات ضد بشری و ضد انسانی در افغانستان تطبیق شد.
سلام و شبتان بخیر. بیننده مجموعه خبری ساعت 10 از یک با من نصرت منصور هستید. نظامیان امریکایی که در شکست داعش در عراق نقش داشتند به افغانستان فرستاده می شوند. پنتاگون روند انتقال جنگ افزارها و نظامیانش از عراق را به افغانستان آغاز کرده است. مقام‌های پنتاگون اعلام کردند که اکنون زمان رویارویی با طالبان و داعش در افغانستان فرا رسیده است. وزارت دفاع افغانستان از این اقدام ایالات متحده آمریکا استقبال می کند. بشیر احمد قاسمی گزارش می‌دهد.
فشار بر طالبان و داعش بیشتر می شود. پنتاگون سربازان امریکایی را که در شکست داعش در عراق نقش داشتند